welcome to South Florida, specifically Pembroke Pines, for Brawl in the Pines 4. 3 world titles will be on the line. The main event tomorrow night. We find out who is the one true heavyweight champion. Introducing the former BKB heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Viking, Richie. The current reigning, defending champion of the world, Gustavo, Cuban assassin, Trujillo. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our championship main event.
Gentlemen, tomorrow night will state who's the best heavyweight in the world. When both of you guys take center stage inside the mighty Trigon, both of you guys have serious knockout powers in either hand. Who will it be? Tomorrow night we will find out. Welcome to BYB.
Our first world championship bout, Red Sonya, Dreiling, Jaime, the Red Queen, Driver. This is a rematch, years in the making. This time it is for the strap, ladies and gentlemen.
I can smell the violence in the air.
I'm gonna fuck you up tomorrow.
It's real.
I wish you would. I will, bitch.
It's authentic. Somebody's getting knocked out.
That ass.
Somebody's leaving the world champion.
Me, bitch.
Who will it be?
Right, me.
Tomorrow night the world will
I'm
see.
the best.
We move to our co-main event tomorrow night. Please welcome to the scales, Zion, Z-Man, Tomlinson. Introducing the current, reigning, defending champion of the world, Cub, the Savage, Hawkins.
One thing's for sure, it will not be left inside the hands of the judges. It will be a finish, and it won't come by decision. Let's go out there and show the world when it comes to bare knuckle, while BYB Extreme, we make the weekends.
2024 will forever be remembered as the year that the mighty Trigon initiated its global takeover. And what a perfect venue to finish this great year in. South Florida. Once again, we are in the Charles F. Dodge Center for the 4th time in Pembroke Pines, Brawl in the Pines 4.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pembroke Pines, Florida. Tonight's home for BYB Extreme 34, the Brawl in the Pines 4, featuring 3 World Championship bouts to close out our evening. But we open in the middleweight division, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds, is brought to you by Clue Nicotine Pouches. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Wayne Spinola. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, he stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 159.6 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 2 victories, opposite just 1 defeat, and he fights out of Lake City, Florida, by way of Fort White, Florida, introducing Joshua Wayward Sikes. And now his opponent standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with green and purple trim. He stands 6 feet, 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 160.3 pounds. He holds an even professional bare knuckle record of 1 victory, opposite 1 defeat, and he fights out of Orlando, Florida, by way of Barstow, California, introducing James White Lion Bodnar.
Seconds down, seconds down. Okay, gentlemen, come out to scratch.
Wayne Spinola, our referee.
On my phone. Ready?
Fight! Here we go! The White Lion, James Bodnar, in the purple, black, and fluorescent green, purple and black trunks for Joshua Sikes. 4th bare knuckle fight, first time here for BYB.
Here we go, fight.
Both of these fighters took this matchup to get us started on such a special evening. Powerful partner on 6 days' notice.
When you want to fight, you want to fight.
You got that right.
That matchup, it's easier to make the matchups. You got 2 willing guys.
And Bodnar was coming off a broken hand, so the short notice fight was a long bit of notice because he's been ringing out Venezuela as he gets
inside from Sikes.
Sikes. He wanted to get back into it. He may be in big trouble. This may be it. Here it is. All over. Just like that.
A sharp uppercut.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Wayne Spinola calls a stop to this contest at 55 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout, Joshua Wayward Sikes.
We've been here before.
Welcome to BYB, Joshua Sikes, who is set. And Bodnar still great class. Our victor will visit with Danielle.
Joshua, congratulations to a great debut here at BYB. Yesterday in interviews, you said that in the beginning of fights, you could be a little more aggressive. I think you proved that here tonight.
Yes, ma'am, it felt good. I kind of had the game plan to take it easy, but I figured out his speed and distance within the first few strikes, and I knew I had him.
Sure, and being the first time in the Trigon, what are your thoughts about this?
I love it. I love this company. This is the best I've ever been treated by a fight organization ever. Guys, I've had 4. This is my 4th bare knuckle fight. I've never been cut. I've never been bruised. I've never left any cage or ring with a mark on me. I'm going to be champion in this organization, but first I want to go to England. I've never been out of the country. BYB, take me to England.
Okay, we'll tell Mel. Congratulations on a great debut, Joshua.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, inside the smallest surface in combat sports, BYB Extremes, the mighty Trigon, and inside Pembroke Pines, Florida. Tonight's home for BYB Extreme, the Brawl in the Pines 4. We move along to the featherweight division. Scheduled for 4 2-minute rounds is brought to you by Accident Medical Group. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Christopher Young. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with blue trim. He stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 126.9 pounds. Tonight, he is making his professional bare knuckle debut, introducing the man from the hills of St. Anne, Jamaica. He is Trey, the Warrior King Howard. And now his opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the purple trunks with gold trim. He stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall. He weighed in at 126.3 pounds. He holds an undefeated bare knuckle record of 1 victory, opposite no defeats. And he fights out of Miami, Florida, by way of Havana, Cuba. Introducing Yampier Samurai Ramirez.
I won't even try to do it, Paulie, because I'm horrible at it, but Mo's got the rolling R's down, doesn't he?
It's like a native.
Exactly. Set to go.
Caribbean battle here.
You got it. Ramirez, the Cuban, against Trey Howard, the Jamaican. Trey Howard making his professional combat debut, so this fight, 4 2-minute rounds, and down quickly from a shot from Ramirez is Howard.
Tough way to make a debut. Ramirez will remind you quickly whether you really want to do this or not.
Christopher Young, our referee.
He's already got him on the defensive.
Ramirez so impressive in his debut, Paulie.
Yeah, and he's starting out very impressively here as well. Howard is already intimidated. He's overly defensive now. He didn't even get hit with a punch there, and he's already took a knee. And Ramirez is getting on his front foot. Howard is sort of in survival mode. He's sort of in flotation right now. He's in flight. And again, now the shots aren't even hitting him cleanly, and he's going down. He's
third knockdown.
He's mentally out of this fight already.
5 days notice for his professional combat debut. Give him a lot of credit for taking this fight.
Give him a lot of credit for continuing to get up, but is he going to get up with a purpose, or is he just going to get up and continue to fight defensively to survive and only to keep going down? That's going to probably be a slip. Christopher Young calls it a slip. But again, he's not even attempting to impose himself. And that's it. Young.
And it is all over, just like that.
You know, to be honest, Young has no qualms, should have no qualms about having to stop that fight. Honestly, it's a good stoppage. Howard just, there was no fight in him. He was just in there just to be in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Christopher Young calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 15 seconds of the very first round. Declaring your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Yampier Samurai Ramirez.
What a year for that young man, fighting here in South Florida, victorious again, and he is set in a moment for a visit. Here's Danielle.
Yampier, congratulations, now undefeated in BYB, same place, same W. Who are your eyes set on next?
Whoever wants it, whoever wants to bring it, nobody back down, please. I'm on it. I'm just training hard.
Fabulous. And you said yesterday that the feeling you got being in front of all your friends and family here in Miami was incredible. You've never felt anything like that. How did it feel tonight?
Well, it feels amazing. I love everybody in here. Everybody, thanks for coming and showing up. I love all of y'all. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Energetic and ultra-talented young man, Yampier Ramirez, 21 years old, 2-0 inside the Trigon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Pembroke Pines, Florida, as we move along towards our 3 championship bouts to close out the night, including our heavyweight championship main event. But first, we move to the Bridgerweight division. Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds is brought to you by Tayco Farms. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Wayne Spinola. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with red and white trim. He stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 203.2 pounds. He comes to us tonight with a professional bare knuckle record of 1 victory, opposite 1 defeat. And he fights out of Almaty, France, introducing Steve, the Lion Venom, Pasche. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the dark gray trunks with orange trim. He stands 6 feet, 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 205.8 pounds. He holds a perfect, undefeated bare knuckle record of 3 victories versus no defeats, and he fights out of Miami, Florida, by way of Isla de Juventud, Cuba. Introducing Yordan, the Cuban Crocodile, Fuentes.
Get down, down. Right up here, gentlemen. Right over here, sir. Right over here, sir.
Wayne Spinola, our referee.
Ready?
Fight! Here we go! Fuentes in the black and red trunks. Also, black and red sported by Steve Pasche.
Oh, big shot by Fuentes. And you see the emotional Fuentes in the neutral corner yelling and pumped up.
Pasche is fine. Got up very confident.
Took a big right hand, though.
Yeah, he did.
Pulling back like that, up high. And he still keeps his chin up in the air. He's
Again! What a combination!
Pasche is making a critical mistake and goes straight back with his head in the air. Very, very, I don't want to even call it an amateurish mistake, because they teach you not to do that even in the amateurs. He's getting up on shaking legs. Let's see. He's not going to last long here. He either has to become offensive or adjust that defensive tactic. He's up high again, and he's going down again. That's it.
It is all over! Just like that! Yordan Fuentes moves to 4-0 with a first-round knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Wayne Spinola calls a stop to this contest at 52 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout and still undefeated, Yordan, Cuban Crocodile, Fuentes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our viewers joining us around the world to Pembroke Pines, Florida, the home of the mighty Trigon tonight, the home of BYB Extreme 34, the Brawl in the Pines 4. We now move to the lightweight division. Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds is brought to you by Clue Nicotine Pouches. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Christopher Young. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with white trim. He stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 135.9 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 3 victories, opposite 1 defeat and 1 no contest. And he fights out of Pembroke, North Carolina, by way of Lumberton, North Carolina, introducing the former World Championship contender, introducing Joshua, the Preacher Man, Oxendine. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks with gold trim. He stands 5 feet, 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 134.8 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 6 victories, opposite 2 defeats. And he fights out of Broward County, Florida, introducing Jarrod Kid Gotti Grant.
Lightweight showcase, Christopher Young, our referee. Joshua Oxendine and Jarrod Grant.
When you're ready. Fight!
Here we go! Black and blue trunks for Jarrod Grant, blue and white trunks for Joshua Oxendine, the former title contender.
Oxendine has a background in MMA, but has very, very good hand skills for one of those fighters that have come back from MMA, come here from MMA. Grant has a boxing background, but has been very adept at adjusting to the bare knuckles.
Big time.
Sport very well. So again, a good, solid matchup here. You can see tactically, both guys have that set position, but also that respect for one another, not to go too crazy as they're trying to set each other up off of sharp jabs.
Jarrod Grant, when he made his BYB debut, he did it a weight class up because he wanted to fight in the Trigon. So that fight against Lucas Jones was at 145. Now he's back at his normal, quote-unquote, 135, as is Joshua Oxendine.
This is a good weight class. I mean, you got Irwin, you got Tenori. Both of these guys as well are very, very high-level fighters. This is a good weight class with some solid matchups, this being one of them.
John Bernard.
John Bernard, oh, how could I forget him?
Yeah.
Another very, very good fighter.
And you can tell the process of feeling each other out, throwing some feints, Paulie, as you like, to see where the openings may present themselves.
So guys giving different looks here. You see Grant now trying to give that closed guard. Oxendine trying to set up using that jab and then tries to turn it into a left hook. There he finally changes up with the backhand. He missed. He's trying to use that left hand and then suddenly try to surprise with a left hook. There he tried to sort of a half hook, half jab. You see he's thinking in there. See what Grant does to make the adjustment. Right now he seems like he's studying everything Oxendine's doing, sort of processing things, seeing how he's going to attack. Again, a good jab from Oxendine, starting to redden underneath the cheek, underneath the eye on the cheek of Grant.
And the corner of Grant, you can hear him say, watch his range. Josh is the taller and longer fighter in this matchup.
And he understands that. He's trying to maintain that longer, taller range there, trying to not to let Grant get too close to where he can get comfortable. Big hook there by Grant. That's exactly why Grant was not throwing all those shots. You see he's sort of processing, and there's a big left hook there from Grant that lands on Oxendine. He took it well, Goldie.
But it landed.
Oh, yeah. He's going to need a little bit more consistency here as Oxendine controlling the center ring or center trigon, so to speak. Good jabs. That jab has been really working overtime this entire round, and you can see the Grant is wearing it on his cheek, that blood.
And kind of rubbing under the eye.
Oh, good
right hand from the Preacher Man.
See, Grant tried to roll with it and come back with his own right hand that missed. So he did ride a little bit with that Oxendine right hand, but it did land enough, and plus the counter that he rolled back with missed altogether. Good round for Oxendine.
Well documented, Oxendine thought he should already have the belt. Looks great in the first 3 minutes. Jarrod Grant in the black and blue, blue and white. Joshua Oxendine in a great start. Staying patient, staying sharp, strategy implemented almost to perfection in the first 3 minutes by the Preacher Man.
You know, Goldie, they say you can jab with a jab or don't hook with a hooker. Well, it seems like this round Grant has tried to start jabbing with Oxendine. His number is going to get up with that jab. He's landed a couple of good jabs to start this round. Now Oxendine is backing him up again. I think Grant has to try to match the jab output and the creative jab output at that of Oxendine to get a little closer.
He's got to negate that
3-inch height advantage. And
right there
2.5-inch reach advantage from Oxendine, who looks very sharp. He said he was sparring 2 days ago.
Yeah, he's very sharp. And he's varying the attack and not really telegraphing anything. Even that sharp right hand he just threw didn't turn a lot of weight into it, but it was a sharp shot that sort of changed the trajectory of the offense. So that takes away the anticipation ability of Grant.
Josh moved to 3-0 with the gloves on back in April of this year. He's had his professional gloved bouts in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Of course, Joshua Oxendine from Charlotte, so a short drive to get to a place we have been on frequent occasion.
See Grant trying to get that left hook in there again. He landed in round 1. He came up just short a few seconds back. Let's see if he gets on. The output of Oxendine's jab has been the difference, and Grant is just not matching it. Again, jab with the jab and a hook with the hooker, but it's been Oxendine who's been a lot to dictate with the jab, and he throws the occasional straight right hand just to prevent Grant from starting to get a timing on that jab, which is very smart.
And he's going high-low with that jab, too. He'll throw it to the head, and then he'll change levels and throw that jab to the midsection of Kid Gotti.
Yeah. Gotti just a little bit lackluster here. Just not able to answer the intensity of that lead hand of Oxendine, who's fought a very disciplined fight, fighting at the proper range, preventing Grant from really getting anything started. See, the jab is an offense starter, but it's also an offense debilitator to your opponent, because if you can just keep a jab on your opponent, he can't really think about setting you up with anything complicated, because he's worrying about that jab that's constantly in his face.
And Paulie, as you and I well know, it can also be a fight finisher without the gloves on.
At times it has been, yeah. Grant now used a couple of jabs there and landed. Oxendine output with his jab is starting to slow down here. Let's see if Grant takes this moment to take advantage of the momentum. Another good jab from Grant.
Good snap jab. Now some movement from Kid Gotti.
A double jab right hand combination to the stomach. Grant has to get on the front foot here if he wants to get back into this fight. Then Oxendine maintaining that distance. That was Grant going to negotiate it.
Final 10 seconds of round number 2. This one's scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Round 3. Gotti started to pick up the pace.
Second half of that second round.
Yep, and he's coming out with much more fire and aggression here to start the third partner.
Yeah, and Oxendine wearing that jab under his cheek now as well. See if Gotti can keep closing that gap and start getting. Oh, big shot! Wow, counter right hand, catch and shoot.
What did we talk about?
Doing the robot and breakdancing. But I don't know. Oxendine may get up.
It is all over.
He's not.
Just like that. Kid Gotti finishes Oxendine in round number 3.
And maybe took over as a fighter, as a KO of the night.
Josh not happy that it got stopped.
Yeah, Oxendine, you got to show the referee. I'm curious to see the replay, how Oxendine reacts when he gets up. He may have stumbled. If you're going to go down that hard and then take your time getting up, it's very, very important when you do get up, because the referee's already probably in his mind assuming you're very hurt based on the way you went down and how long you stayed down. It's very, very important now to show the referee when you get up that you are completely fine. And I don't know if Oxendine, if you even stumble there or anything, the referee has no choice. He's going to stop because he's already assuming the worst.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Christopher Young calls a stop to this contest at 31 seconds of the third round. Declaring your winner by knockout, Jarrod Kid Gotti Grant.
Kid Gotti.
KO of the night so far?
Yes, yes. Kid Gotti with Baby Gotti, and they will visit with Danielle.
Congratulations on a great victory tonight. Yesterday, in interviews, you said you take the first round to figure out your opponent. What was it that you saw that you came out and changed?
He was throwing one punch at a time, and it looked like he didn't like pressure, so that's why I just stood in the paint with him. It was downhill from there.
We got Baby Gotti in here. So from now, 2-0, where do you go from here?
Hey, man, I just baptized the preacher man, and I want my world title belt next.
Well, we'll have to tell Mel about that. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jarrod Grant, another spectacular performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our first World Championship bout of the evening. to take place here in Pembroke Pines, Florida, inside the smallest surface in combat sports, BYB Extremes Mighty Trigon. It is brought to you by Accident Medical Group. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Wayne Spinola. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with purple trim, she stands 5 feet 3 inches tall. She weighed in at 147 pounds. She holds a bare knuckle record of 2 victories, opposite 3 defeats. And she fights out of Albertville, Alabama, by way of Greeley, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, she is Red Sonya Dreiling. And now her opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with red trim. She stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in at 146.5 pounds. She holds a bare knuckle record of 3 victories, opposite 1 defeat. And she fights out of Pennington, New Jersey, by way of Boca Raton, Florida, introducing Jaime, the Red Queen Driver.
Wayne Spinola, our referee, fight scheduled for 6
ladies, you know the rules.
2-minute rounds.
At all time. Protect yourselves at all time, all right? You want to now shake hands, not to step back to your corner, you start in 1 minute.
There's no handshake here. Nope. And the look in the eyes of Sonya Dreiling, as intense as I have ever seen her, at least visually, if you will, in her professional career. She's been busy with the gloves on. Driver wants to make a short night of it. Red against red. Black trunks for Driver.
Big right hand landed. That was a knockdown. I don't know if the referee might have missed that. Well, Spinola missed that huge right hand landed by Driver.
Dreiling with the burgundy trunks, Paulie.
Dreiling landed her right hand of her own a few seconds ago, but she's got to be careful coming back the way she is right now.
Dreiling
is, I mean. Yeah. Oh, there's again, big shot. Dreiling's chin up in the air.
Sonya's right up. That was a nasty shot.
The Driver is actually cut. Dreiling's got her chin up in the air. She's got to be careful pulling back. I don't know if I said Driver had to be careful pulling back. I meant Dreiling has to be able to pull him back. She's got her chin up in the air. She's got to get low right here. Or she's got to be first and push back Driver. The Driver has that confidence.
Sonya Dreiling.
Yeah, they dug right in. There's no feeling out of this. The bad blood translated right into round 1 here. Got another big right hand there by Driver, but Dreiling takes it better now as she's warmed into the fight. She's starting to come back with some shots of her own.
Dreiling started up against Aaron Tohill, Miranda Barber, and then that fight we talked about with Jaime Driver. She's won her last 2 fights inside the Trigon. This one for diamonds and gold. Big shot from the right hand of Jaime Driver, scoring the knockdown in round number 1. Sonya Dreiling is found her feet, and now she's starting to try to put boxing on her opponent. Red against red.
Both women kind of make that same mistake of pulling back straight up, but because Driver is taller, she's able to get away with it a little better.
10 seconds.
Because Driver's taller, and you see Dreiling is not able to get away from it because she's shorter, and Driver meets her with a big shot coming in.
She goes down at the end of the round. Will she get up?
Might be it, Goldie.
It is off!
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Wayne Spinola calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute 59 seconds at the end of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout and the new BYB Welterweight Police Gazette Diamond Champion of the World, the Red Queen, Jaime Driver.
All about family for Jaime Driver. Her father, Bruce, in attendance tonight. During fighter meeting, she said, I'm gonna win this one for my father. Here is Danielle with the champ.
Jaime, congratulations on becoming the very first women's BYB welterweight champion. How do you feel?
Phenomenal. There's really honestly no words to describe what I'm feeling right now. I feel just so amazing and blessed.
I know you've been chomping on the bit to get back in the Trigon. You said yesterday you've been working on patience and picking your shot. Do you feel like you did that tonight?
Yes and no. I could have been more patient. I was a little wild at first, a little reckless, but I started to see, where she was opening up, and I saw where I hurt her the first time, and it was just smooth sailing from there.
And now we have your dad, Bruce, in the ring with us, and he said yesterday that you were getting fired if you didn't win, so I guess you kept your job.
I got my job, and she has to dye her hair.
They did have a bet that someone would be losing their red hair. So now that you're champ, girlfriend, what's next for you?
Well, first off, Dad, do I get a raise?
Well, I have to just say that, you have your job, but, she rides my wallet like it has a saddle on it, so she doesn't need a raise. I help her out with everything.
I did. Honestly, really, I just want to sit in this moment and enjoy it. I honestly believe that the 147 division, it's kind of sparse. I think the girls need to fight each other before they even come to the big dog. But I will say, Courtney fucking Cameron, I'm coming to 140 and I'm taking your fucking belt.
You heard it here first. Congratulations.
Bruce Driver, I can relate to what he said. I have 2 children. I'm going to leave it at that, Kieran Cole. I'll leave it alone from there. But the Red Queen, there was talk of a bet that the loser had to lose the red. Losing the fight was not an option tonight for Jaime Driver. She is the BYB Women's Welterweight Police Gazette Diamond World Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our co-main event of the evening, live from Pembroke Pines, Florida. We are scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds and is for the BYB Cruiserweight Police Gazette Diamond Championship of the World. Brought to you by Takeo Farms, our referee in charge when the bell rings, Christopher Young. Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the yellow and pink trunks, he stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in at 183.4 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 4 victories, opposite 3 defeats, and 1 no contest. And he fights out of Roanoke, Virginia, introducing Zion Z-Man Tomlinson. And now his opponent, the champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks, he stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 183.5 pounds. He holds a near perfect bare knuckle record of 5 victories versus just 1 defeat. And he fights out of Chicago, Illinois, by way of Madison, Wisconsin. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the current reigning, defending BYB Cruiserweight Champion of the World, he is Cobb the Savage Hawkins.
Tomlinson, the look in his eyes, the finger to the sky, thinking of his mom.
When you're ready.
Cobb Hawkins,
ready.
Zion Tomlinson for the belt. Here we go. Black trunks for the former light heavyweight champion, Cobb the Savage Hawkins. Pink and gold for the switch stance fighter who starts out southpaw, Zion Tomlinson Sr.
Hawkins usually starts his fights like this with that rhythmic bounce, trying to get that in and out and trying to see what kind of reactions he gets from the opposition. Tall order, literally, with Zion being 6'2", the Cubs 5'8".
He earned the belt at 185 when he defeated Daniel Laurel, longtime BKB world champion. This is his 2nd fight at 185. This one for the belt. Just a quick switch of the stance as Tomlinson trying to find an opening, as is Cub.
But Tomlinson not really searching for Cub, sort of holding his ground, daring Cub to try to close the gap himself. You see Tomlinson, he's sort of holding his ground. He's not really pursuing Cub. Cub has the ability right now to just circle. He's being given sort of permission to just circle the trigon as he wants. And it's going to be up to him to close that gap. Tomlinson not going to take a risk to try to close that gap too much. He realizes it's up to Cub to try to close that gap and score those points. Just a little exchange there as now they're starting to get closer. As Cub is going into that 60-degree corner.
Tomlinson trying to overwhelm him. Cub is a very physically strong fighter.
Yeah, but at this weight, can he match the physical strength?
Yes.
Of the bigger Tomlinson. For athleticism, it's tough to beat Cub. But here, you know, he's actually so athletic that he's a champion, in my opinion. He's at a weight class that's a little bit big for him. But because of that athleticism, he's able to spring in and out like he did right there. A good combination.
Good switch of the stance. Switched his feet through the right and landed. Tomlinson went orthodox for just a half second.
Nice jab to the stomach with the right hand to the southpaw stance from Cub Swanson. Actually got Zion to grimace a little bit with that.
Yeah.
They're now back in the orthodox position. Both guys are. Good jab there from Hawkins, and he turned southpaw. A lot of switching in this sport, though, we notice, Goldie.
Yeah, and seamless switching, which is something Tomlinson said has improved his game. Cub also a switch stance fighter. Tomlinson, a natural orthodox fighter, but he suffered some hand injuries, which meant he worked the bag for hours and hours and hours as a southpaw. Now he's good with both stances. Into the round. Both men opening up here late in round one. Neither fighter took the stool in between round one and now the start of round two. Black trunks for Hawkins, the champion, the challenger. Tomlinson in the pink and gold. The Z-Man comes out orthodox to start here at round number two. Now they both switch back and forth.
A lot of jockeying for position with footwork, especially from Cub Swanson.
In the corner of Zion Tomlinson Sr., his father, Kane Tomlinson Sr., and his brother, Kane Tomlinson Jr., as well as Cameron Saunders.
Shots right there by Tomlinson, and he had Cub in the corner. Now Cub trying to use that physical strength you talked about here, Goldie. And you know what? He's manhandling a bigger Tomlinson inside. When you get that tie plum going, as both guys are now trying to work it.
Lifelong wrestler, Cub Hawkins. A lot of MMA experience.
On the break, though, Cub goes back. Nice jab there from Tomlinson as Cub looked for that hook.
Tomlinson played football in middle school. He wrestled through high school, so he can work a clinch very well in addition to throwing hands, much like Cub Swanson, Cub Hawkins. Now you got me thinking of Cub Swanson from MMA days.
I keep saying Swanson too. Yeah. I don't know why. I stuck in my head. It's Hawkins. You're right.
We're gonna have JD Drew back in a second.
Hawkins, a nice little move there to come around that corner. And again, that's that athleticism of Hawkins.
Yep. And like you said, Paulie, athletically, he's at the top of the pyramid. Maybe with a few others, but he's at the top of the pyramid of those who fight in a triangle.
Yeah, and you know what? I was really impressed in that clinch he had about a minute ago where he was pushing. He was roughing up Tomlinson. Just misses those big shots. You see Hawkins trying to get creative with the way he's setting up those shots. Both guys are having a little bit of trouble finding correct range to land consistently. It's been a very tactical fight, but no one's been able to really take full control of it yet.
Good duck under by Hawkins. They tie up. 40 seconds on the clock.
Hawkins has
round two.
Hawkins has found himself in the corners several times in his fights, but Tomlinson has not been able to fully take advantage of the real estate advantage that he creates when he does that. Here he is again. Let's see what happens here. Not a lot happens when he finally does get Hawkins in these corners.
And that was a big key to success for Gregory Cisneros in the title fight at 175.
Yeah. You know, Hawkins has that quick first step and pounces quickly. He can surprise you.
10 seconds in the 10 seconds.
Lots on the line here tonight in our co-main event. Round number 3. Again, both fighters not taking the stool after the second 3-minute round in this championship fight. The switch of stances by both men, back and forth. A lot of posturing. Yep, a lot of posturing. A lot of it is respect as well.
Yeah, and also, you know, just trying to find the right position. Now Hawkins tries to use that wrestling attack, trying to get on the inside, but again, it just ends up as a break. Nobody can really, again, like I said, nobody's been able to really land on a consistent basis or put the other in a position to take full advantage on a consistent basis.
Cub said back in August, he said Gregory Cisneros was so nice to him, unlike Ryan Jett in the battle that they've had. He said, I almost fell for it. Well, I guess he did fall for it. Said he isolated himself, never has and never will watch that fight. This one he'd love to end with a highlight reel finish. Round number 3, title fight scheduled for 6. Mike Goldberg, the Magic Man, the former 2-time world champion, Paulie Malignaggi, back in Pembroke Pines.
A couple left hands have been landed by Tomlinson this round, but then there was a salvo a few seconds back from Hawkins as well.
Good jab by Cub.
He took one as well.
Yep. AJ Easley and Ozio in the corner of Hawkins.
Both guys switching stances and sort of trading those jabs out of those switches of stances.
Cub said he amped everything in and out of training up for this, what he believes is redemption night. It's not Cisneros, but it's another belt that he does not want to give up. Good tie-ups by Tomlinson, utilizing his long frame to not let Cub get into the dirty boxing world. Good movement by Hawkins. Final 35 seconds of the third. So we are past the midway point of this title fight, our co-main event.
Very tactical fight here, but somebody has to take. Oh, there's a good shot there.
Yep, and a mouthpiece goes out.
Tomlinson's mouthpiece is out. I was gonna say, somebody has to have the wherewithal to hold their ground defensively and counter.
Same punch landed again, Paulie.
And it's that fake right hook, fake jab right hook by Hawkins. Sometimes he does it on the switch of stance at the same time. He'll do it from this stance, he'll turn it to a right-handed right hook. Right there it is again. Let's see if he switches and throws it now.
Round number 4. The Z-Man with 3 children, all with Z's. Daughter Zelina is 6, daughter Zillian Rose is 3, and his son Zion Jr. turns 5 tomorrow as the heat turns up in this title matchup.
I was saying they're gonna have to start holding their ground. Well, both guys decided to hold their ground there and shoot from where they were.
Tomlinson wants to give that promise, make it come true for his mom watching from above. And it would be a heck of a birthday present to soon-to-be 5-year-old Zion Jr.
Hawkins again with that habit of going back to the corner, but can Tomlinson take advantage? Lands a couple of good shots, but Hawkins comes right back.
Landed a few. Cub was patient, utilized some upper body movement, and we're back to the center of the trigon. 2 minutes on the clock, round number 4. Title fight scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. Black trunks for Cub Hawkins, pink and gold for Zion Tomlinson Sr.
Good double jab there by Tomlinson. Wasn't able to follow it up with the left hook. Partially lands it there though.
Couple of shots in the clinch from both men. First from Cub, then from Z-Man. Cub's most effective punch has been that basically switch to the stance and walk into that hook. Landed it twice in round number 3.
Oh, again, a counter jab from Hawkins, and it knocks out the jab of Tomlinson again. Mr. Young calls a break to the action.
He's a good ref. Waited till the fight had neutralized a little bit in the last round.
Oh, good counter
there was
hook there.
Aggressiveness and pressure. Christopher Young keeping an eye on both opponents, keeping them safe.
That left hand there by Tomlinson is starting to land more and more. Last couple of rounds.
Cub in the corner.
There's again with a big shot there as Cub is on the corner, takes it.
Cub turned well with that punch.
As fatigue starts to set in, it's harder and harder for you to trust your reflexes.
Yep.
And shots are starting to land a little bit cleaner for these two guys here in this 4th round. Both guys have relied a lot on reflexes for their defensive prowess in this fight so far.
Quick left onto the chin of Tomlinson from the Savage. 10 seconds.
It's a tough fight to score a goal.
It really is.
Oh, big hook there from Hawkins.
And he wants to pounce. Final seconds. 5. Right away, Tomlinson comes out firing. Orthodox stance for Tomlinson. Hawkins sending a message late in round number 4.
Oh,
Tomlinson goes down.
Again, it's that counter hook that landed at the end of the last round, Goldie. Hawkins finds a home for it again, and like I said, the reflexes start to betray you as fatigue sets in. Tomlinson is being told to walk. His body language isn't great. Christopher Young lets him go. He doesn't look too hurt, but he looks almost fatigued to where that shot hurt him more than it should have because of the fatigue factor.
The whole left side of his face is swelling up quickly.
And he got some blood there. Yeah, see if Hawkins is able to pounce. Hawkins, of course, has to be careful. He's fighting a bigger man. Oh, good shot there from Tomlinson with the jab as Hawkins' hook sails just over his head.
Cub again looking to pounce. Going into savage mode. Dirty boxing, second knockdown scored in this round.
That's why he's a savage, Goldie.
That's it.
Cub Hawkins smells blood, knows he's got his man hurt, and he went for that inside fight game with a Kai Plum to make sure Tomlinson couldn't get too far away.
Z-Man comes out, closes the distance quickly.
Big shot again, another uppercut.
What athleticism on display again from the champion. Trying to finish the challenger here. 3rd knockdown of the round.
And you see Hawkins' athleticism, Goldie, is a great point. He creates punching angles off of those athletic moves, and the fact that he's able to land and punch on a dime. And that's it.
It is all over! Cub Hawkins remains!
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Christopher Young calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 36 seconds of the 5th round. Declaring your winner by knockout and still the BYB Cruiserweight Police Gazette Diamond Champion of the World, Cub the Savage Hawkins.
Big love to Z-Man. He put on quite a performance. Danielle will visit with the champion.
Cub, congratulations on the successful title defense. Just a couple months ago, same building, same Trigon. You stepped out of this Trigon and immediately your camp started. How did that pay off for you tonight?
I look good, huh? But I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys in the stands. My gym back home, Capital City, BJJ, and my cornermen, AJ and Mosiah. Man, it feels so good to have this belt and stand right in front of you guys. I work so hard. I really dedicate myself. My dad told me at like 2nd grade, proper preparation presents poor performance, and that was not a poor performance in my eyes. So, shout out to my dad and everybody that helped me with this belt. Thank you guys.
It was an incredible fight. So now that that's over, have you thought anything more about opponents or who you want to face?
Yeah, there's Santos, Kelly. I want to clear out the top 5 and move on from there. But until then, there's a free date in the end of February. Kelly, Santos, whoever wants to fight, man, let's go. Bring it.
You heard it. Cub is here to stay. Congratulations.
Esto es otra pelea más de la que me he preparado bien para que mi público y los fanáticos vean que yo soy un verdadero campeón, que Gustavo Trujillo, Gustavo Trujillo el campeón.
Gustavo Trujillo is the new BYB heavyweight world champion.
He's just two men in there, isn't it? And then the day, if you connect to a decent shot first, I don't overthink anything. I don't overanalyze anything. I'm very basic, man. I'll just punch.
Champion Richie.
I've definitely got knockout power. But I'm ready to go, more than ever.
Normalmente los peleadores heavyweight son lentos. Eso es lo que yo aprovecho, porque yo soy un poquito más rápido que ellos. Creo que lo que me hace invencible es eso. Richie Lee no sabe lo que va a pasar.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. This is your main event of the evening. 6 3-minute rounds for the BYB Heavyweight Police Gazette Diamond Championship of the World. Brought to you by Clue Nicotine Pouches. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Wayne Spinola. So, for our viewers joining us around the world, to those of you joining us right here in Pembroke Pines, Florida, are you ready to make history? Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing the blue trunks, he stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 240.3 pounds. He holds a near-perfect professional bare-knuckle record of 5 victories versus just 1 defeat. And he fights out of Blackpool, Lancashire, England, introducing the former BKB heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Viking, Richie Lee. And now his opponent, the champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall. He weighed in at 238.4 pounds. He holds a perfect, undefeated bare-knuckle record of 6 victories, opposite no defeats. And he fights out of Miami, Florida, by way of Morón Ciego de Avila, Cuba. Introducing the current reigning, defending BYB Heavyweight Police Gazette Diamond Champion of the World, damas y caballeros, presentando el campeón del mundo, Gustavo, Cuban Assassin, Trujillo.
Bravo. Okay, you guys know the rules. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. We want you now to shake hands. Step back. I'll get you guys started in 1 minute.
480 pounds of heavyweight fighters on the smallest surface in combat sports, fighting for the heavyweight championship. Here we go! The Cuban Assassin in the black trunks, blue and red for the Viking, Richie. Oh, big hook. Big hook early, Lee goes down.
And that's the thing about Trujillo, man. When he lands, it's dynamite. That was all form. It wasn't even like you put a lot of weight on it. That was just proper form on a counter left hook. Big right.
Time to the right.
There's not there for League already. He's already leaning. On the legs, big uppercut.
He is stuck in the corner.
That's the thing with the big body shot there, big body shot there. That's the athleticism too as well, and then the old legs of Leak, he just can't handle it. Leak has had enough. That's the thing, if you're over 40 years old.
It is all over, just like that. Gustavo Trujillo is the unified BYB heavyweight Police Gazette World Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Wayne Spinola calls a stop to this contest at 49 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout and still the BYB Heavyweight Police Gazette Diamond Champion of the World, Gustavo Cuban Assassin Trujillo.
8 plus 49, so 7 minutes and 58 seconds total for all of his 7 victories. He will visit with our own Claudia Trejos.
Bueno, I'm going to start in English and then I'm going to continue in Spanish. Congratulations.
Thank you.
An outstanding performance. That was quick. That was a very fast day at the office. But how does it sound? The new, unified heavyweight champion of the world. Ese fue un día muy corto en la oficina. Una salida espectacular. Pero ¿cómo suena el nuevo campeón unificado de los pesos completos?
Me siento bien. Ahí al principio nos cruzamos ahí en un golpe que tiramos los dos. Cometí un error, no subí la mano derecha, me conectó también. Pero el golpe mío hizo más daño, tuve la suerte. Y después hice lo que tenía que hacer, ir a finalizar la pelea porque lo vi que la derecha lo dañó. Y nada, se siente bien aquí pelear antes de todo Miami. Todos los cubanos, todos los latinos. Oye, gracias por apoyarme a mí, ¿ok? Los quiero.
So he feels really good. He knew that he had to throw the right. He made a mistake. There was an exchange that they both hit each other, but he knew that the right had to come in, and he ended up doing what he had to do. So now he's actually thanking everybody for supporting him, and he's taking this title with him. But moreover, after everything that was said and done, yesterday you said you have no idea what you're facing. And here you have King Ortiz, who was your sparring partner. What do you say? You had a quick exchange with somebody that you knew you were gonna take down. What did you tell him? O sea, sabemos exactamente lo que significa para ti. Obviamente aquí tienes a tu sparring partner nada más y nada menos que el gran campeón de los pesos completos, Luis El King Ortiz. Pero hubo un intercambio entre ustedes dos. ¿Qué le dijiste?
Al oponente. Le dije que fue el único oponente que he tenido que no ha venido a hablar mierda. ¿Sabes? Todos vienen como que hablando mierda y al final no pelean. El hombre se mantuvo como un hombre, tranquilo, vino a pelear. Incluso fue el único que me conectó un golpe sólido de todos los que he peleado. Quiere decir que sin tanta habladera de mierda hay peleadores que pueden lograr algo que alguien más no ha logrado. Tiene todo mi respeto Richie Lee y que siga entrenando y que se prepare para las próximas peleas. Le deseo lo mejor.
So there was a quick exchange, and he said, you're the first guy that actually came to fight. There was not much talking, and he has a lot of respect for somebody that didn't do talking but came to fight, and he actually connected him. It's the first fighter, the first opponent that actually touched him, and he has a lot of respect, and he says, keep fighting because there's more fights coming his way. So, obviously, this is the one goal that you had that one day when you touched base here in the U.S. What's next for you? Esta fue la meta que te trazaste el día que tocaste terreno en Estados Unidos. ¿Qué sigue para ti?
Lo que sigue para mí, si BYB me da el permiso y si quieren hacerlo, ¿no? Yo voy a defender mi título cuantas veces sea necesario, cuantas veces BYB quiera, pero también quiero pelear en la división de abajo más adelante, en 205 también. Quiero tener 2 divisiones también, ser campeón de 2 divisiones y nada, eso es un plan que voy trazándome.
Bueno, felicidades. He says that if BYB allows him, he's going to defend his title as many times as BYB will allow him to. But moreover, he's willing to go to 205 and go for that title in that division, and he wants to be a 2-division world champion. So congratulations, felicidades, muchas gracias. thank you very much for an outstanding outing tonight, and obviously for all the public that came to support you. I gotta go. I'm sorry. Back to you guys at the desk.
He is such a good guy. He has ruled the heavyweight division. We now have the bridgerweight division, which is actually up to 225. So Gustavo probably could easily fight at that weight.